Good day, everyone. Today I will discuss about managing cultural teams with international human resource management. At the end of this video, you will be able to identify why cultural teams matter in IHRM, define what is cultural team, identify the challenges in managing cultural teams, and I will also share how this concept can be applied using conscious and people-centered leadership style, grounded in real leadership practice. And my name is Captain JM Mazuela. In IHRM, managing people across border is unavoidable. Culture shapes how people communicate, respond to authority, and work under pressure. If cultural differences are not managed properly, they become a source of misunderstanding rather than strength. A cultural team consists of individuals who bring different nationalities, beliefs, and behaviors into one working environment. A ship is a good example. In global industries like shipping, this is the normal working condition rather than an exception. Most problems in cultural teams are not intentional. They often come from different interpretations of behavior. For example, in my experience, each nationalities have different accents. They use different English words to explain something rather than we used to. Another example is an engine cadet cannot share his personal problem to the chief engineer because of power distance. Another example is conflict of values. Meron talagang mga tao na sometimes they are only doing the right thing if they feel to do it kapag merong nanonood. Ito mas common sa barko, stereotyping. Basta Ilonggo ka, tikalon ka. Kapag Bisaya ka, malakas kang kumain. Kapag Indiano ka, mabaho ka. So, leaders who are not aware of these differences may unintentionally create tension within the team. There are two types of leadership. We have traditional leadership, which focuses on control and authority. I personally experienced this nung hindi pa ako master, guys. Some of my master use their title para lang sumunod yung mga crew. Ito yung mga leader na naniniwala pa din sa slang word na there are only two rules on board. Rule number 1, the master is always right. And rule number 2, if you are in doubt with the master's decision, please refer to rule 1. However, in cultural diverse teams, this approach often fails. In conscious leadership, emphasizes awareness, emotional intelligence, and adaptability. This is the qualities needed in multicultural environments. Ito is KL. Share ko lang. My leadership style starts with presence. For example, every deck officer, binibisita ko yan sila sa bridge 1 time per day. Not to catch what they are doing, but to greet them a happy day. And at the same time, to let them feel that I exist. And that they can approach me anytime. Ganon din sa engine room. I occasionally visit the engine control room. Have few chats with the engine team. Ganon din sa deck, ganon din sa galley. Visiting my crew's workplace not to catch what is wrong, but to catch what is right. I observe first before reacting. One of my philosophy in life is that not every situation requires reaction. Oftentimes, I pause and reflect. Choose, do I need to react or do I need to respond? Magkaiba po yun. When I implemented a certain policy, I make sure na ako mismo yung sumusunod din. One of the best example on board is I did not use my mobile phone while on the bridge because I implemented not using mobile phone while on navigational watch. And lastly, I listen twice more than I talk. During casual conversation, I choose to listen in order to understand, not to listen in order to respond. In cultural teams, this prevents misjudgment and allows leaders to understand the situations before taking action. According to author John Maxwell, one of the most popular leadership authors globally, in his famous book, The 21 Reputable Laws of Leadership, there are 4 levels of leadership. Level 1 is the people will follow you because of your title or your position. Like You are a captain. You are a dean. You're a doctor, etc. Oftentimes, you hear this praise from them. Dapat sumunod ka sa akin dahil ako yung nasa mataas. Or, ako yung kapitan dito. Dapat ako lang yung sinusunod nyo. This kind of leadership is the most lowest form of leadership, also known as fear-based leadership. Sa barko palagi natin yung naririnig. Pag hindi ka sumunod sa sistema, papauwiin kita. In level 2, this leadership is based on relationship. Your followers will follow you because you have relationship. Like, meron na kayong pinagsamahan, naging friend ng leader mo ang ate mo. Like, kapitbahay kayo, kamag-anak kayo, or talagang magkaibigan. In level 3, people will follow you because they wanted to be like you. People were motivated to do the right thing because they see your achievements and they wanted to achieve that as well. Naging influencer ka sa kanila. In level 4, people will follow you because they love to follow. Like for example, sa barko, people will wear their helmets on deck because they love to wear the helmets. People will observe safety because they love to be safe. And this is the highest form of leadership because kahit wala kang nakatingin, they will still follow your leadership and legacy. The best example of leaders who has these qualities are Jesus, Muhammad, and Buddha. Until now, people still love to follow their teaching even though they are not around us. Psychological safety allows people to speak and perform without fear. So as a leader, create a space where everyone feels safe to speak and be heard. Then, acknowledge that cultures express ideas, respect, and authority differently. Next is praise publicly to motivate followers, but correct privately to protect dignity and trust. Another is respond calmly, not emotionally. Calm response help maintain safety and prevent escalation. It is very important to control our emotion kasi meron akong naging experience sa barko before when I was a junior officer na yung kapitan namin ay basta-basta na lang siyang nagpapalabas ng galit kahit maraming tao. Tapos napapansin ko habang nagagalit siya, yung ibang mga crew pasimpleng tumatawa. Tapos after nun, pag-uusapan siya tuwing kapihan habang wala siya, tapos pinagtatawanan. As an observer, nawawala ang respeto ng subordinates natin kapag hindi natin kinokontrol ang ating emotion. In cultural teams, safety creates trust and reduces defensive behavior, allowing diversity to function effectively. For me, one of the challenging part of being a master is not the weather, not the pressure from the head office, but it is the crew conflict. Conflict is normal in diverse teams. I treat conflict as information rather than a personal attack. So conflict often reflects cultural differences, not personal attacks. You have to separate behavior from identity. Correct actions without attacking the person's dignity or culture. Ito meron akong naging experience, a conflict between my Ukrainian chief engineer against a Filipino second engineer. As a leader, we need to provide a clear and fair solutions to this kind of conflict. Yung tipong hindi naman unfair sa chief engineer dahil same kami ng nationality ng second engineer. Yung hindi naman din unfair kay second engineer dahil mas mataas yung rank ni chief engineer kaysa sa kanya. A leader must provide a clear goal on what should be the intentions and solutions to resolve the conflict. Habang kinakausap ko yung chief engineer at second engineer, ramdam ko pa yung tension at yung galit sa isa't isa. This situation, it is best to address emotions before logic. People listen better once they feel heard and respected. Then, use calm authority, lead firmly and fairly without reacting emotionally. Minsan, iset aside natin yung ating emotions, whether it is a positive or negative. Regulating emotion first helps the team resolve issues constructively. Team members observe leaders more than they listen to them. Fairness and consistency across cultures build trust and alignment within the team. We must have a clear expectations. Everyone performs better when rules, standards, and goals are clearly understood. Then, apply rules equally to build trust and credibility across cultures. Hindi basta-bastang Filipino or Myanmar or Egyptians, it doesn't matter. Dapat fair. Respect differences in values, communications, and work styles. Then, leaders set the tone by how they speak, act, and treat others. IHRM system must support cultural management. Recruitment, training, and leadership development should include cultural awareness and emotional intelligence, not just technical competence. Culturally aware recruitment hire people based on competence while recognizing cultural background and biases. Then prepare the employees to work effectively with diverse teams and global environments. Then fair performance management. Evaluate performance using clear, objective, and culturally fair standards. Develop leaders who can manage diversity with awareness, empathy, and accountability, because this is the kind of leader that we need in managing multicultural teams. When cultural teams are managed effectively, organizations experience improved performance and strong human relationships, which support sustainable global operations. It creates higher trust. The teams feel safer and more confident in their leaders and each other. Then it has a better collaboration. Diverse team members work together more openly and effectively. Then misunderstandings are managed early before they escalate. Then the performance will improve. Trust and clarity lead to higher productivity and better results. Managing cultural teams is not just an HR responsibility. It is a leadership responsibility. Conscious people-centered leadership turns cultural diversity into a strategic advantage. Cultural teams are inevitable in IHRM. The global organizations will always work with culturally diverse teams. How leaders respond to diversity directly shapes teams' outcomes. Conscious leadership enables diversity to thrive. The awareness, empathy, and presence turn diversity into strength. Thank you for listening, classmates. I'm open to any questions or reflections. Again, this is Captain Mazuela, and have a nice day.